What's up? This is Timtmmusic, and today is a very special day, the release of my self-titled album, Timtmmusic. What a journey writing this album has been. So if those of you have been following this story, my story, I hung it up in 2020 at the birth of our first daughter, and just really, I don't know, lost my spark towards some of the releases and singles I was doing in 2019. Hadn't done a full-length album since 2016, which was Name Game. So, it was looking bleak, and I don't know. I just needed a break, so I stepped away and really just cut all ties to creativity and music in general until, the start of 2024. Not predating, I don't know the word I'm looking for, but I released a compilation in 2023 of just some of the better songs that I had out, just so they didn't go lost, because that'd be very disrespectful to the me that had worked the 9 years prior to hanging it up. So I really wanted to pay homage to that guy, but after remix after remix, it started, feeling like I needed to write new again, with the encouragement of my wife to stop focusing so much on remixes of the past and just see where my talent and skill set led me to now, which got to the first single in January 2024, which is Go It Alone, with track 2 on the album. And each track on the CD has been a single release since then. So what I'd like to do is kind of talk a little bit about each track and what they mean, starting with track number 1, which is I Live for the Nights. I hope everyone listening to that can really relate to those nights that you really find yourself. You're with friends, people that you don't normally hang out with, and they just, it's that moment of walking down the street at 3 a.m. with a big group of people just underneath the street lights and just feeling invincible, that feeling of invincible that this is gonna be okay. And I really hope we captured that in the song I Live for the Nights. Lyrics written by Brittany Morgan, playing up on the college days and, just being young, wild, and free. Track 2 is Go It Alone. That was my first, push coming back. So I had left in 2019 on an EDM kick, and I really felt it only made sense to come back from hiatus on an EDM note. So really took major cues and influences from Avicii and songs like Wake Me Up with the acoustic guitar, and Gareth Emery bringing acoustic into a lot of the stuff he does, being an electronic dance music artist, DJ, putting on raves and just having that synth with the guitar in the background. The lyrics, that they're slightly gibberish, but that's the beauty of the song, because the song is about finding your voice and not caring if you're making sense, just doing the thing that you knew you were born to do without caring about what anyone else has to say. Ever since I saw an interview with John Lennon talking to who would then become, the person that takes his life, said that the lyrics he wrote were complete gibberish, they didn't make sense. And I took that to heart. And that's kind of affected any of the new lyrics that I've been writing. They don't really have a predetermined path. I just literally write what comes to my mind, and after the song's produced, I can go back and be like, what the fuck is this even about? So Go It Alone is literally that, finding your voice and doing you. So I hope that resonates, and really excited about that one. It's a beautiful remaster from the one and only Matteo Bardari. Remaster has never been released up until this album, so really excited to get that out there. Track 3, it was the second single after Go It Alone, Love in the Neon Lights. What can I say about that song? I mean, it's plain and simple. There's no vagueness to it. It's literally, about the life that my family, my wife and I once had, before kids, going to shows, going to concerts. I mean, I saw a post, I think it was on Facebook a while ago, that said elder emos just have it so good right now because we get to write about the experiences we just had the last 10 years. So that got me thinking, what is something so emo, so Warped Tour, so that I did back in the day? And it was oh yeah, proposing to my now wife at a fucking Breathe Carolina show. Working with Kyle Evan, former Breathe Carolina vocalist and instrumentalist and all-around badass, trying to get us on stage to propose to her, and we can get into that story later, but it was just a really great time, and I thought that defined my wife and I in the past that we lived, and so I made a song about what those sounds felt like, what it was like to be at that, intimate venue with like these giants, but really you weren't too far off from them, and I hope those hearing that song really capture that. Another exciting fact on Love in the Neon Lights was it was entered into the Pittsburgh Power Ballad Challenge in 2024. So that means, I think I was one of the first entries. They played this song on WDVE, which is a local FM station, and critiqued it. I still have the recording. They played a good bit. So shout out to WDVE for that, because just by playing my song on air, that has opened a lot of doors for me. So thank you. Track 4 is The Scene, the Music, the Myspace days. It's kind of continuing Love in the Neon Lights. So if you can tell, between 3, 4, and 5, it's almost a mini series. They kind of go in conjunction with each other. But this was the lyrical debut from Brittany Morgan, my wife, really trying to capture, her angle of those days. Even pre-us. Like, I met her in 2010, and we're talking about 2006 in this. So like, we're still in our parents' basement. You have your band posters taped up on the wall. Like, we didn't care about ripping like paint or whatever was on the wall, but you just had your favorite bands on the wall, and no one understood you, so you took to your little black book to write these cryptic lyrics. And if you were to post them on like MySpace back in the day, like, you were so cool, like, oh, my status is, I don't know, but you get it. And this one really took influence from bands like Simple Plan and All American Rejects. So I hope when people hear that song, it makes them happy, and it really does bring back kind of those days of MySpace. Track 5 is a really, really cool one, because it was a lost song inspired by Warped Tour back in 2015, but just never saw the light of day until I started mixing this project with heavier keyboard guitars, which TikTok's in an uproar because I should never use the stock sound. We use live guitar. I get it, but you got to realize you're working on an album that's like a year in the past. So like, I know that now, and maybe we try some things in the future, but like this, I just want to appreciate this album for what it is, because it's a look in the back. It's look to the past, and new instruments can't capture that. So I was using kind of classic garage band sounds to really capture some of those lesser known bands that we fell in love with back in the day on the days of MySpace. But with the recent political landscape, I really saw History Is Watching as a way, the original lyrics, the vocals are me from 2015. I didn't redo them, but I really looked at it as a way, and the subject matter of like, sometimes the loudest voice isn't the one that's trustworthy or the most worth listening to. So it's a different one, and it was poised to be submitted for a Grammy. I can admit that now. I hope that opportunity still stands next year, but this song alone caught a lot of attention. So I'm excited. I'm excited to see the future of History Is Watching, because it'll forever be one of my favorite songs. It's just raw emotion. I think the most scream vocals I've ever done in a track up to that point. So if you haven't heard that one, it's different. Expect different. So. Number 6, what can I say about When Two Souls Connect? That's a jam, dude. In the day and age of AI, I've asked ChatGPT a few times, like, what is the most hard-hitting, most relatable, most passionate, most like deep and like to my core subject matter, and it always comes back with When Two Souls Connect. So there's another lyrics by Brittany Morgan. It's a little more on the vague side, but it boils down to love has no boundaries, love has no restriction, love is love all the way around. Doesn't matter. And really, I love Billy Joe Armstrong had an article, an interview years ago, when I think the late 90s maybe, where he came out as bi and had a theory that everybody's bisexual. It's these confines of society that put us into these boxes that man has to love woman. And even now with our LGBTQ plus community, they're trying to put limitations on that, because small-minded people need it to be spelled out for them, and like, they just can't handle. And maybe love looks different than we've been painting, how we've been portraying in Hollywood. So When Two Souls Connect captures that. and it really goes to my 80s influence, the music that was never accepted in my generation. I always go back to listening to my CD Walkman on the school bus, and kids grabbing my headphone, and a girl that I really liked judging me because Girls on Film was on it. They're like, what are you listening to? So this song's kind of twofold, because the subject matter is that, like, you can't define love. You can't draw a picture of what love looks like to everybody. Well, you can't write a song. I'm gonna fuck that up. I hope you get what I'm saying. There's no template for what the perfect song looks like. Yeah. Number 7's another fun one. It's later titled Emmalina, but originally called Find You, and it was written for a lost project that I had also in 2015. I think it was called Panic in Paris. It never saw the light of day, but it saw songs like Equally Me, and I think that might have been it, because this was Find You. But this is a lost instrumental, however many, 10 years ago. And when I asked my wife, I feel like I saw a Facebook post, and I'm like, what is like my most beautiful song? And she's like, you've never released it. And it was that song. Well, the reason that it changed to Emmalina before finally being released is when we had our second daughter. I don't know what came over my wife, but I'm like very thankful, obviously. But, you know, as a lullaby, we wanted to find the song that soothed her to put her to sleep. And my wife hummed the main melody of this now called Emmalina song. My daughter sings Emmalina, if you didn't catch that. And it put her out every time. So I said, man, like, why have we never released that to the world? Because, I mean, it's the only track on this album not mastered and produced by Matteo Bardari. But I like that, because it is a look to the past. It is, I mean, this album really moves, and I'm such a fan of compiling albums, but like, I like those albums that like my heart's racing and I need a break. So it's like really cool to get this production. It sounds really old school garage band. It sounds like right off of my Echo EP. Like, it's just like in that era of my writing. And I think it really, really ties everything together. So, I mean, it may go down as Dark Stranger is longer, but it's a 7-minute song, a 7-minute instrumental, lots of piano, and just really feel good stuff. So I think you guys are going to like that. Number 8 is Household of Grace. What can I say about Household of Grace? That was the controversial song of 2024 for me, because, I mean, for 4 weeks straight, I was seeing hundreds, if not thousands, of users streaming this, adding it to playlists, saving it. And it, like, I thought it was it. Like, this Household of Grace is a song that is 10 years in the making. So if you look at my entire history of music that I've ever released, I've always wanted a song that sounded like this. I just wasn't trained enough, what's the word for it? Wasn't learned enough in songwriting and music to actually get that down pat. And, you know, it took a little inspiration from Good Charlotte and like their dance floor anthem era. I'm a huge Duran Duran and 80s nut, and everyone can kind of hear that, but there's also scream vocals in it. I've really been trying to get this style pretty much my entire music career, and like this song did it. So the fact that it blew up on Spotify and people were resonating with it, only for it to be pulled down, me never seeing a dime of those streams, it doesn't matter. Spotify ended up letting me keep the 50,000 streams for it, but it still felt really cool because it felt like something I worked really hard to get towards, to just have it taken away. So that's why I accepted that maybe it actually is doing good. Maybe this is it, because so many failed attempts led to a song of this style. So it's different again, but I like different. Number 9, what do I say about my good buddy Mitxoda? Thank him and you and everybody for exploring a new era. So, you know, previous to this album release, I released an EP called Love and the Neon Lights, because my whole goal, I was really inspired by the Bowling for Soup story. And I love pop punk, but I'm a keyboard player. So it's, you know, I can hire and use, you know, real life guitarists and stuff, or I can try to make a pop punk album on my own using the tools that I have. And I really feel songs like they're on Alligators in Chicago, right? I think, really capture that essence. People have compared it to like Blink-182, but then Mitxoda's like really awesome, like peaceful voice. Just, I mean, it's like the calm before the storm. And those lyrics are by me again, and there was a very deep and dark subject matter to them. And maybe in years I'll be okay sharing that, but just for now, just enjoy it as like a kick-ass song because it really is. And Mitxoda, love you, brother. I can't wait to work with you again. If you guys don't know Mitxoda, like fucking hit him up, because he is the next rising star. Number 10 was a fun experiment. So I had mentioned in a previous video talking about a song from 2016, 2015 called Equally Me. When E=ME2 came out, that was when Bad Wolves' Zombies cover was kind of really dominating. I just love that style where the verse is like so calm and you think it's a ballad, but then the chorus comes in and it's like, you know, like it kills it. And I don't know, one day I was like home and it really clicked that Equally Me could turn into a song like that, just with its subject matter. It was written in the heart of gay marriage being legalized in 2015. Just really me noticing that music is such a strong, I don't know, channel for expressing your beliefs. And I don't even say politics, because again, who's to write what love looks like? So Equally Me was almost, I mean, again, it was lyrics that like I didn't like plan. I just kind of wrote from my heart. A lot of people took it as me coming out, and you know what? I side with Billy Joe Armstrong of Green Day. Like, I think everyone's bisexual, and when you kind of like strip yourself from those boundaries, you're open to anything. And it goes back to track 1, where I literally had a night exactly as that song explains. Walking with a big group of people, like 3 a.m. in the morning, street lights on, nobody's there but you guys, and you were having the time of your life. And there was a guy with us, and I never in a million years thought I could have feelings for a guy. And that changed everything for me. So getting back to E=ME2, it's really just my love letter to the LGBTQ plus community. So hopefully I did you all. But 11, oh, those seeing this on TikTok, you fucking know what track number 11 is, and it is Up Fuck. It is the song that you all, day in and day out, give me hope and life for this musical project. And I've never had a song do that, and that's all because of you. I've made connections on this silly app because of this silly song. In that pop punk, this was kind of the wrap-up song. This was the completion of the EP. And it really, I mean, like, as I started diving into, I mean, I was listening to like every Avenue mixes on Spotify, and really digging into like Bowling for Soup and who else, like Forever the Sickest Kids. I see the signed poster for their Jack album right behind. You guys can't see that, but all those bands went into my version of that, like 2006 to 2008, like synth neon pop punk, like Myspace. And I really think Up Fuck caught it. I know people say the production, but you know what? This production, where I'm at as a musician, production should only enhance the experience. The song is the song. So I can write this song and I can pay thousands of dollars to make it suitable. But if it's a shitty song, a polished turd is still a turd at the end of the day. So Up Fucked was my way, and I still spent money on it. But yeah, I was satisfied with my mixing because I've been doing this for a long time. And it's really bringing a lot of great people and opportunities to me. So more to come on that, because one is really exciting, and I'm anticipating, you know, getting the finished piece here in a week or so, and then we can make the announcement. So again, if you're watching this and you've listened, streamed, whatever, Up Fuck, or any of the songs that I've mentioned in this series, thank you so much. 12 is a song, it's really risque, and it really puts our cards out there, but it's a real cool story because my wife wrote the lyrics for a deep personal friend of ours that has since passed, you know, from cancer. And the second, I mean, like, I'm being very careful with lyrics now, because the second I saw her lyrics, I heard the whole song in my head. So I came up to our studio where I'm sitting in now and wrote the song. I asked ChatGPT for a song description. All I got was this apology. So song title obviously inspired by bands like Fall Out Boy, who have more words than in the title than they do in the song. The song runs 1 minute and 59 seconds. It's pure pop punk. Again, another one that people are compared to like Blink-182. Think of that like late 90s pop punk. Yeah, I won't get too deep into it because I mean it shows our cards, and it's kind of scaring me as much as I'm sharing out this album. That's the one that I think I'll get called into HR for. Last, we wrap up with track number 13, which is, I was going to say the darkest song on the album, but not really. Audrianna. So I've included, we have the two daughters, Emmalina and Audrianna, are both appearing on this album. Audrianna is, I mean, this as a song was really, really cool because it had taken us like over a year to conceive our first daughter. And once it happened, I think every parent can understand those fears, like the unknown. Like, we've never been pregnant before. Is this normal? What are we going to do? Like, even just like thinking of the life then, thinking of the pregnancy complications, adding COVID into the mix. So similarly to like writing lyrics from the heart, I literally sat down, we had a stand-up piano at our old house. Sat down and just like hammered out the main melody on the piano for Audrianna. And it's just haunting. And instead of like, you know, typical Timtmmusic, because the lyrics again are by my wife, who takes, you know, more of a darker approach, which I always thought I was darker, but people are like, this is so happy. But it's like, so it's really cool to have like people are like, damn, this is dark. But we focused on those fears and insecurities and just, are we ready? Are we doing this? Is it actually going to happen? Are we going to see this pregnancy through? What's going to happen with COVID, this and that? Like it I think does a really a good job diving into that. And I hope anyone with a kid or a daughter born, you know, during COVID can kind of find solace there, because the end really is a celebration of life, and that how much adversity that we had to overcome to bring this beautiful child into the world. Yeah, she's alive and thriving. So again, this is Timtmmusic, and thank you for sitting here and listening to these track-by-track descriptions for the new album, Timtmmusic, self-titled. Never thought I'd have an album called that, but it's out everywhere on streamers. So let me know what song really piqued your curiosity and which song you'd like to see live in the near future. So all the love, and see you here on this app.